Hello everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to a brand new live stream. Today we are back on some more Satisfactory. We're building a port. Yeah, building a port. Why am I building a port? Well, essentially, we've got a little bit of bad news with our 1.0 save. I've recorded a video, it's going to come out tomorrow. It's not great news in regards to progress with that update file. So what I'm going to do today is have a little bit of fun on a new world with some 1.1. Just do some like experimental features, do some 1.1 architectural stuff. Hopefully do something with some lifts today. I'm hoping at least. I don't know yet. But regardless, it should be a fun stream. Thank you very much for everyone who's already tuning in. In case you guys have missed the live stream, but don't worry, I'm live again tomorrow. Maybe no, that's a I've lied. I've sinned. I've lied. I'm not live tomorrow. I'm live probably Thursday. Wednesday I'm not home, unfortunately. I know, crazy. But hopefully Thursday we should be live again. Fingers crossed. But regardless, let's just get straight into it. Welcome Vinod. Welcome Sam. Hope that you guys are doing good today. Welcome back. So I've been looking at some more images of shipping containers, which is the saddest sentence I've probably said in the last week. And I've got a bit more inspiration for the ports. I do want to try and build that crane today. That's going to be essentially loading the ships with the shipping containers. I want to try and get that done. I want to do a little bit more expansion of the road. And I'm thinking about adding in some trains as well, most likely. I don't want to add in a train station, though, in the main port area. Because the problem is, right, in Satisfactory is the train stations are massive. Like, they're huge. I don't necessarily want to have something that thick in a port. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is just having, like, a couple of rails come down to here. Because the plan is essentially, right, to have this very edge of the port stretch out here a little bit, go out to there, then come back around, maybe do something very similar over there, then sort of just have this being, like, the main land of the actual project itself. This road, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I think I might do some sort of, like, U-turn around here. Then some sort of, like, one-directional thing maybe around there as well. Then bring that around there, then corner it off. Welcome to the 1.0 save. The save is still functional. Unfortunately, my game's really struggling to load on that save. But the main downside itself is I've lost all my progress in regards of the recipes. All of it's been deleted. Again, I've got a video coming out about it tomorrow. It sucks. It really does suck. But I've lost about 400 hours worth of work overnight. Let's just say that. So I'm not, like, thrilled with that. But what can you do? What can you do? You know, it is what it is. I can be sad about it, or I can just grow a pair and move on. So that's what I'm going to try and do. So let's start off with our crane here. The last time you were here was in January. Yeah, it's been a while, man, but it's good to have you back. Welcome back. I don't know if yesterday's video, if notifications went out for that video, by the way. It's fine if it didn't, because YouTube sometimes is a bit weird when it comes to that sort of stuff. But if it did, then that's good as well. So, cranes. Shipping container crane. This is going to be a bit different from what you usually see. Because what you normally see is something like this. And it works, it's nice, but I don't necessarily want to do that. It's going to be a lot thicker here, which is a bit of a concern. Also, let me just move this over here as well. There we go. A load of previous save. No, it's literally all gone. I've tried everything. It's gone. How wide do I want to try and make this thing? And how many do I want? I suppose in this entire area we're only going to have one, really. And that must be above these signs. So let's go with, like, a 25 by 28 ratio. Okay. We can do that. Yep. Architecture. We'll start with you. Why is Ada... Ada? Get a grip. Okay, so you're going to be 25 wide. And then this one's going to be 28 wide. Gonna be a big project. But honestly, when was the last time I didn't do a big project? Like, everything I do in this game is like a mini mega project in some regard. I know saying mini mega project makes no sense, but it's the best way I can describe it. Feel bad for you? Oh, I don't care, personally. It is what it is. So I want you to go here. That's fine. Some steel, some H-beams maybe? Let's try them. In fact, what if I was to do this? And have some sort of like H-beam going through the middle. Is that going to be possible? No. Okay. But what would be possible though, I believe, is something like this. And now having that in the middle somewhere. Yep. So you can then go up to around about this level. That should be fine. The only problem now is going to be with the signs. So this sign's most likely going to have to go. Unless I actually extend this a bit further down. I can replace that blueprint over here and then just copy it over there. Then remove the sign. That shouldn't be too much of a concern there. That should be okay. I think we'll end up doing that. That looks fine. I'm going to redo you over here as well. I don't know how wide we're making this now, but it seems fine. If it gets to a stage where it looks too concerning, I can always just redo elements. Today's stream's going to be a couple hours long, by the way. We've got some time today, just to relax a little bit. Is that the same level? Doesn't look like it. It is. Okay, fair enough. So we'll cut you across like that. We'll do the exact same thing with you. Of course, you can use the middle mouse button or the scroll wheel to actually help scroll on this icon. Which is fantastic. It makes life a lot easier if your mouse isn't broken like mine is. Everything in my life is broken right now, if I'm honest, but yeah. So what? I'm going to bring you up to 5, then bring you up to there as well. Do I like that? Yeah, I suppose so. It doesn't look terrible. Yeah, it looks okay. Welcome, Nomi Pokey. Hope that you're doing well. D and BS? Or what one? What, the beams? Let me just try and bring this up to 5 here as well. There we go. In fact, what if I try this? Because preferably I want this to be an odd number rather than an even number, because if it was 2, it'd have to go 1 there, then 1 here, which is slightly off. But if there's 3 of them, it actually lines up perfectly with the space that I've left. So what I could try and do is this. Okay, that's fine. Bring you up to there, bring you up to there. And can I try and do something a bit different here? There, so it's, yeah, okay, that's fine. Then what I'm also going to do is this. Where is it? There. Yeah, I quite like that. You can also go there as well. We do the exact same thing on this side. That's slightly off, that's my bad. So am I going to have to add an extra one of those? I'd rather not, if I'm honest. So I think we'll do this again. I'm up by 3. Loop you around like that. And you down by 3. That's looking good. Same thing here with you. Perfect. I just realized I haven't even got my headset on. I can hear the audio coming from my headset, I just haven't got it on. It's fine, give my ears a bit of a break for now, put it on a bit later. Right, for our first column, that's okay. It's a bit thick, if I'm honest, but oh well. And what should we have on top of here? No. Where is it? This one. In fact, that's actually a bit small. Have we not got like a perfect sized one? Actually, I think this is the perfect size. It's just, well, it's slightly off. Let's see what we can do. Of course, now with our vertical nudging makes this process a lot easier. We'll go with that for now. I'm also going to remove this. It'll be a lot easier for me to copy and paste that over to there rather than redo everything. Okay. Lovely. You're working on finishing your 90,000 quick-wire factory. There's like 600 refineries and 300 assemblers. Nearly done though. Nice. That sounds like a lot of work, but hopefully it's fun. As long as you're enjoying it, then I think that's completely fine. That's the most important thing, in my opinion. Okay, I do quite like this. I do quite like it. The next part now... Actually, can I paint this? You can't, can you? No, I wish you could paint it. It's a very small thing to nitpick at, but I kind of wish you could paint the concrete there. Because you can paint everything else to do with concrete other than that as well, which is also new in this update. For example, with this concrete pillar... There you go. So I wonder why you can't paint that one. I'm sure there's a reason for it, but again, it's a very small thing. Now you gotta go up. So I've gotta have 4 of you lot then. Let's just get rid of all this. Nice. Also, let me know if you guys can like hear the audio coming out of my headset as well. I will remove my headset if you can. You should be able to hear the audio normally from the actual in-game app. But if you can hear it twice, then just let me know. Change you to crane. There we go. I believe it was here, wasn't it? There we go. Okay, that's not looking too bad to begin with. Let me just save that. Just make sure all my dimensions are fine. If the dimensions aren't fine, I can just change it. So it's not really much of a problem. I then do most likely want to remove this. I like the sign. I'm not going to like delete all these signs. I've got them down over here, for example, but this one kind of does need to go. This is where the crane's going to be. So, yeah. And you're going to jut out by 1, I think. Actually, are you? Maybe. Maybe, we'll see. Because I want to try and have places down here for pedestrians to actually board the ships. Of course, this is not a pedestrian passenger terminal. This is going to be a freight terminal, but of course people need to actually operate the ships themselves, right? So, kind of important. Reset all my hotbars there, fantastic. You're a bit short. Okay. So where are you going to be then? I suppose you're going to be there. I think that looks completely fine. The size looks completely grand. I'm not upset with the size there at all, which makes a change. So we're going to do that. And then you've literally got to move over by exactly 1 blueprint. Okay, that's, again, not too bad. There you go. But if you lots get... Actually, wait. I'll keep you there just for now. I should have probably saved that as a blueprint. Actually, let me just do that. Rain. There we go. Short for pillar, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. I think that should now be okay. Let's see. You line up with that? Yep. You can overlap or overwrite even, that's completely fine. I suppose you're gonna go then as well, aren't you? See, it looks a bit empty, a little bit bland when there's nothing there. That's why I think the sign's a good addition, but of course now we're gonna get the crane, so that's fine as well. I think this is okay. You're fairly central. That looks good to my eyes, at least. Okay, that's perfect. Fantastic. Now, in theory, I could also build you on top of that. I don't want to, but I could do that. Interesting. Okay. That's the very first stage done. I do really like these pillars. I don't know how I can utilize them in my actual world like itself, but I like that. Maybe if I was to place one of these things, where are they? I think it's in power. If I was to build some sort of like platform, then have 4 of these as like stilts. That could look really nice, actually. I'm definitely gonna use that idea in my other world. Blueprints. Oh yeah, blueprints are fantastic, aren't they? They really are. I do want to try and use some actual H-beams here, though. So let's try and get... No, let's try and get them placed down. Go 1 there. Then we'll go 1 there. I think leaving a 1 gap's going to be fine. Yeah, I like that. In case you're wondering why I keep on looking over there, it's because I've got an image of one of these cranes. Trying to get a little bit of inspiration. That's a bit too far back. Now you gotta do is train the copper and caterium. Yeah, you're using the copper alternate recipe. That's the same one that I'm using as well. It's just better. There's so much copper. I'd much rather use that than just caterium. There we go. And for you lot, we're just gonna have 1 going over there. For now. I think I want to have 2. Yeah, I want to go with 2 of these. I'm making things up as I go along. That's just the way I like to play the game. If you ask me, that's the best way to play the game. There's a certain amount of planning that I do. Especially when it comes like the best recipe stuff, obviously. But for this, nah. Not this time, I'm afraid. Okay. Now the next step's probably going to end up being... No. Something like this. I don't like that, I don't think. I feel like if I am going to do that, this part needs to be a little bit thicker. Like that. I do like that, though. Yeah. Is that high enough? Damn it. I knew it. Oh, you're not facing the right way, though. That's annoying. You're facing the right way. You're now facing the right way. It's a bit dark on this side. Where's the sun? Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's not bad. I do want to make sure all of these are definitely connected, though. Nice. No, I don't want that one. The one I was looking for originally was this, but I don't know if this is going to work. I mean, it looks a bit interesting. I think I like it, though. How about we replicate the same thing up here? Of course, you can't just flip it upside down. There is a mod for that, though. There's a mod for everything in this game. If you think of it, there's probably a mod for it. Oh, that didn't work. There we go. No, you're a bit too high. Come on. Like, it's trying to stick into the right place. There we go. You're a bit high. Now I can't delete you. Cool. Come on. I think I know why it's doing that. And again, I can't remove that, so we've got to remove this first. Okay, that's fine. It's okay. Let's try this again. Like there. Yes. I do quite like that. Could also add some lights in here as well. I mean, this is not what a crane looks like, but this is how my crane's going to look like. Okay. That's my defense. Actually, I was in the right tab. There we go. That's my defense. This is a Valhallan pickle crane. There's cranes in the world. Now there's a gap. I don't think that'll make a massive difference, though, if I'm honest. Wait, haven't I already used that somewhere? Yes. That would save me at least a minute. So apparently I can't select that one in the middle. Well, now I can. There we go. Yeah, I quite like that. Is this what a crane looks like? No, it's not. Oh well. Let's enjoy it. Soak up the moments. In fact, that looks fine. Okay, we can do it there with just two. I don't know why I thought I needed three there. Clearly don't. Welcome, Cam. Hope that you're doing well. Is the port just cosmetic, or will it serve a purpose? Well, this is just a creator world, but eventually, in theory, it would serve a purpose. Because in the port, I'm most likely going to build some sort of drone port on a ship, and then have the drone land on the ship. And then somewhere underneath here, most likely there will then be a conveyor belt going from the ship underneath here to a train station, which will be somewhere there, which will then carry the stuff to a factory. So yes, there will, in theory, be a purpose to this. That doesn't look too bad. Although now I've got to copy and paste all of that over there. Okay, right. You know what that means then. This will be a sacrifice that's worth it. Is there any more details I want to add to this before I kind of save it? Welcome, Kay. This is experimental, yes. Which means we get to play with all the new 1.1 stuff. Which is, good fun. When it works. There we go. Welcome, Ian. Hope that you're doing good as well. Everything is a cosmetic. If it does not produce, so in theory there is no purpose to this. You don't have to watch, mate. It's alright. I'm doing it for a bit of fun, and it will be worth it, though, because it will look pretty cool. Yeah, no one's forcing you to be here. Okay, so we've done that pillar. That's fine. We'll try and do 4 more of them, then try and hook them up as well. It's going to be quite tall. Quite a tall project, this one, but that's okay. That's not really much of a problem. Again, I'm trying to look at this concept image. It's not helping. It's not helping. Anyway. I think that has to go there. One more over there then as well. And then you have to go... yeah. Okay, so that would be like the actual supports there of the crane. That's not too bad. There's no actual foundation for a lot of these things, but they do eventually connect. I don't know where they're going to connect from, though. And then we have to add in the counterweight, so there's going to be quite a lot of different blueprints that will then attach onto this, but because of vertical and regular nudging, and now infinite nudging, it should make things a lot easier to do. That's not much of a problem. I do want to try and connect these guys together now, though. I think I did it from here, didn't I? Yeah. Like that. And only one going to that side, and same over here as well. Nope. Better. Is there a small gap here? There is a very small gap. We are going to make sure that there's not a gap there. That's fine. Aha. Nope. Okay. That's good. That's good there as well. Still got to do 2 more over here. Starting from there. Yep. 1 more over here as well. That should be right. Okay, good. So that's like our very base layer there of the actual crane itself. I then want to try and have 1 more of these, the exact same thing here, but actually up on that level instead. Maybe with a couple cross beams as well. And this is where we're going to start building the actual crane parts. I think that would be a decent idea. Yeah. Okay. Again, I want you going from... Yeah, there should be pretty good. Let's just try it with 1 of these to begin with. And then we'll see if it looks good. If it doesn't, we can just redo parts of it. What do I do on top of there? A 2D game. They should. That would be rather interesting. I mean, obviously, I like the way the game is at the minute, but a 2D version of Satisfactory, isn't that just like Factorio, or whatever it's called? I've never played Factorio. I've heard very good things about it. I've never got the opportunity to play it. One day. If I do that. Okay, we'll think about it. We'll do it for now. That. We're then gonna go and... Where is it? Where is it? This is the thing I was, like, looking forward to using today. There it is. The braided cable. So you go from one side to the other, essentially. Okay. Like that. I think it will look good, except I don't like it from this angle. Because the actual road itself is going to be underneath here. So I feel like it would make more sense if the cable went from there to here, rather than from here to there. And this would just be left clear. I don't know if that's what it's supposed to look like, but it's what we're going to make it look like. Yep. Let's do it. So I've got to well, not actually redo anything. I've got to put you to there, you to there. I've got no plans for this, by the way. I just want to have a little bit of fun today. That's what a lot of my content is about. Just hopping on, having a little bit of fun. Enjoying some Satisfactory and relaxing a little bit. Wouldn't play it. I mean, yeah, personally, I'm not really a big fan of 2D games, unlike, well, except if it was like an original OG 2D game, like one of the Super Mario games, for example, or Sonic the Hedgehog. I used to play Sonic the Hedgehog on my my Game Boy. Used to love it. Absolutely love it. That looks fine. On some of these examples, there's only 1 cable. I want to try and add a couple, though. Okay, not like that, though. Not like that. What if we were to do this? Can't imagine this looks great, but I'd rather try. No. Okay, let's go with the cable, braided cable cluster instead. That corner to this corner. Perfect. Right there. Great. What kind of crane are you modeling this from? This. something similar, not the exact thing. Obviously, we've already messed it up if I'm doing the exact thing. But it's just some sort of like shipping container crane. Don't mind that. What if we did some sort of like cross? Massive X. Keep it like that for now. Let's see. We do the exact same thing then on this side, going up to be roughly there. Okay. Nice. Is that in the middle? No, I don't want this one to be in the middle. The other one's fine, but not this one. Make an airport for drones. You could do. I've been thinking about that myself as well. I think I do want to try and do something a bit like it. It could be interesting. Okay, I'm liking this so far. Overlap that, that's completely fine. Then get rid of this. And place down our new crane here. No. Is that the right way? No, so this has to be facing... Wait. Yeah, okay, I did do it right. Good. I thought I did it wrong there for a minute, but nope. It's okay. Is that the middle? That looks pretty central to me. That's good. That's good. Let's plop it down. I like it. Again, just driving underneath that, I think will end up looking really nice. Yeah, we'll definitely stick with that for now then. That's fine. The next part, we've actually got to try and do like the main crane itself. And this is where things can go wrong. Essentially. Very badly wrong. I don't know how to do this at all. Do I want to do it in the same blueprints? I suppose I can. Yeah, let's do it. Let's try at least. So I want this to go up to essentially as high as I can go, which isn't very high to begin with. Like, okay, it's 2. Not great. Then again, gonna place one more of these up here. And again, also have one of these connect to here. Like that. Of course, this is going to be angled rather differently compared to what we had below us. Is that going to look nice, though? It looks a bit weird, if I'm honest, so let's get rid of that. I don't mind this, though. I don't mind it just yet. Let me fit the counterweight onto here. Yes, if I was to move this thing forwards a little bit. We'll try and do that. Actually, yeah, no, we will. Okay. I'm thinking it might be a lot easier just to get rid of this part for now. Then save this as the first blueprints, then start a new blueprint after that. A carrier ship would be sick for the drones. Yeah. It'd be fun. I've actually tried to design something very similar to that a couple months ago, just off camera having a bit of fun, and it looked dreadful. Yeah. It looks really, really bad. So you're saved as that, aren't you? I just want to double check that you definitely are. There we go. Then we're going to clear the blueprint designer. So, yeah, this one. Zoop you up to the... I think you're... That one? I think that's correct. We'll double check here in just a minute anyway. Let's come round over here. And select that. Blueprints. There we go. You're fine. You're fine. Yes. You're too far back. Okay. You're a bit too far back. Let's nudge it forward just a little bit. I'll keep that one up there just to make sure I don't repeat my same mistake. That's looking good now. Lovely. Might as well pin you as well to my hotbar. Yep. Deary me. Perfect. Okay, that's all completely fine now. Great. So where do I want to try and place this thing? I want to try and do it here. That's roughly central. In fact, that is as central as I can get it. I've got plenty of room over here to work on the back. That's fine. Random shore place. Yeah, it could be alright. It could definitely work. I don't know yet. I haven't tried this before. So essentially, the bit that I want to try and work on now is this part. The bit underneath here, I think we've got decently fine. Like this part. But it's now the actual crane part I'm interested in. Especially, in particular, everything in this sort of square. So not including what's on the left side, just the center, and then the counterweight. And again, I'm still assuming that's a counterweight. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. I don't know. I don't know much about cranes. Okay. So, the thing is, these don't even look nice in real life. That's another problem I'm trying to face. Like, I struggle to make nice things look nice in Satisfactory, let alone make bad things look nice. No offense to the guy that designed it. I doubt he's watching. So, let's go... No, sorry, just put you there for now. Same with you. Same with you as well. Yeah, that looks class. And there. I don't mind if it clips through a little bit. Yeah, you're central, that's fine. How on earth do I do this? Also, I've got to put a ladder here, don't I? How on earth do I get a ladder up there? We'll think of a way. I can probably just add like a little steel beam, like literally here. And then add a ladder from that. Like, it would be very, very simple to do, luckily. That's not a problem. Okay. I think I might want to have one more of you lot this way as well. Welcome, Dadface. Hope that you're doing well. Playing Minecraft. Yeah, I've got about 2,000 hours in that game. Since I was like a little kid, I would say. Somewhere around that sort of... It's probably even a bit more than that. 2,500 maybe. I didn't mind that game. I still play it like rarely. If there's someone that I know playing it, I'll sometimes hop on. Not a bad game. Okay, so here we go. This is where things go wrong. No, positivity only. Positivity. I want to bring you out to there. I essentially want to try and do some sort of cage. Which I know doesn't sound brilliant, but it will make sense. Actually, no, it won't. I'm gonna move you anyway. There we go. Move you round to that. Should be 9 away. Yes, you are 9 away. Or 12, so I'm gonna move you over by 3 to here. You're 10 away? Oh, you actually are. Okay. Damn it! No! How dare you? It can't be right. Oh, you actually are? Wow. Okay, good. Well, I say good, I didn't really do anything. That's fine. The next part now is to try and go up. 5 should be plenty. I definitely know what I'm doing. Yeah. Absolutely. I've always had like a somewhat fascination of vehicles and vehicle related things, especially trains and planes growing up. But ships? I don't know why, I don't hate ships. I've never looked at a ship or been on a ship and thought, wow, this is a life-changing experience. And I've only ever been on, well actually, no. Been on one proper ship. That's about it. This is going to be the shape of it, although do I like that? In fact, wait, let me just try something out here. Because this was the original plan, but oh, that's going to piss me off. Do it from here, then. I've been on a couple ships, they're not bad. My favourite one that I've been on was probably like the very old Arab-styled boats you often see around in like Qatar and Bahrain. They're pretty nice. Okay, so yeah, this was the original idea, was to do something like this. Get rid of that for a minute. Are you building a blueprint in your creative save and then put it in your, yeah, sort of. This is essentially where I like to test out everything that I want to try and add. I might not necessarily add it, because it might look terrible, but this is where I do all my experimentations, I should say. Okay, so that was plan number 1. It's a riveting failure of the highest order. I want to try and get something like this, like the bend is fine. What about the color pattern? I'm sure that's what it is. This is probably going to change nothing. No, it still looks a bit diabolical. Right. That's fine. Can sort of see the vision though. It just so happens that the vision's terrible. So let's maybe not include that. In regards to the actual dimensions of it though, I don't mind it. Something about it seems a bit too clustered. Welcome Bremen, hope that you're doing well. Hope you're good today. Yeah, not doing too bad. Yeah, hope that you're doing good as well, man. I think I'm going to try and do some sort of like, is it called a trapeze? Trapezoid? Yeah. How the hell did I remember that from school? Well, it was sort of a trapezoid at least. Um, Something like this. So the bottom part of the build is going to be very slightly thicker than the top part of the build. And where you see these black lines to the left and to the right, I'm going to try and add some of those braided cables there, essentially. How the hell did I remember that? Trapezoid. I don't think I've used that. I don't think I've generally said that word in like a good 6 years. Yeah, get rid of all this. I think I still want to try and stick with the black color though, the steel. That looks rather nice. Homer asks about what he's doing and he's at their backyard and I don't remember that. Experimenting with it, but I haven't really seen The Simpsons in, again, many years now. Because it used to always be on when we used to have our tea. Oh, dinner? I don't say tea, it's dinner. But then I just started having dinner at different times, so never used to watch it. I'm gonna try and bring you up to here first. And bring you probably somewhere around here for the counterweight, honestly. Let's do that. How far can I go? Let's go 6. Yep. So I've got no idea what I'm even going to do for the counterweight. Like, what am I going to paint it as? What is it going to be? I might just do a concrete block and be a little bit lazy. Because that would work. And it should actually end up looking fairly decent. I mean, that's probably not a good place to place it though, judging by the images. I probably want it to be somewhere up and around here. One foundation over it, there we go. Yeah, I probably want it to be there. Do I want it going through the crane? No, it has to be right above the crane itself. Okay. I'm not trying to make this realistic, by the way, before anyone starts wondering. It's just, I don't want it to be completely wrong. There's a difference, right? I'll do that. Yeah, we can go with that. Sure, why not? I did say I wanted this to be a trapezoid, but it's not anymore. That's okay. A little bit of that. A little bit of this. I still think that the angled braided cables could look fairly decent here. 5.657. Sure. Although, do I want you facing the other way? Let's see. Yeah, I do prefer this though. I think you have to be a bit further out, actually. That might be a bit too far. Yep. Doesn't look as bad. We'll go with that one. Okay, we'll take that. We'll take it. What we're going to try and do now is roughly replicate the exact locations that I've placed it in. Like so. I don't mind the Z snapping, by the way, that's completely fine. So then I want this to continue back to around there. Actually, do I... Because of the way that I'm designing this thing, maybe I don't want to do this. The thing is, we're gonna have one crane going out there. Do I want to do something similar over here as well? No. Don't think so. No. I've also got to try and design some sort of claw as well to actually try and grab containers. That should be fairly simple. It won't be. It won't be. It's the episode where Flanders is using the cameras to surveillance the whole town in the Simpsons' backyard as the only burn zone. I feel like I've heard of that episode. I might have seen it a while ago, if it's an old episode. I probably have seen it. No. Okay. That's okay, that's fine. And bring you... Oh, Jesus. Okay, this might be a bit complicated. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Oh, where are you going? That wasn't what I wanted to do. Okay, let's just remove these two for now. Because I think that's the problem. There we go. Now for the bit on top here, do I want this to be anything special? Also, what if I do this? You could end up looking decent, potentially. I don't know. Yeah, no, I do like that quite a lot, actually. Bring you out by 10, then bring you out by 40. In fact, less than 40, okay. Make sure you're definitely set to straight. That should be fine, right? Yes. Brilliant. And when it comes to the front too, we'll do something a little bit like that. Then that there as well. Yeah, I think this is not looking terrible. Season 21, episode 20. 2010. So I would have been 8, so yeah, I probably didn't remember the launch episode, but I'm sure they showed the repeats. They always do that now in the telly. They show tons of repeats, especially of like Simpsons, Family Guy. American Dad. I've never seen American Dad. Although, if I'm completely honest, I don't think I've ever actually watched a full episode of Family Guy. But there's always like clips of it and shorts of it out there. Don't know why. No, I do know why. Because they do very well. Okay, so that's the start of the crane. Of course, the crane's then going to extend out in that direction. That's fine. Do I want you to end there? I feel like I do. I also feel like you should be painted a slightly different color. I like the way that's angled. Yep. Perfect, I like that. Yeah, I think I want these to be painted in yellow. I know, really pushing the boat out today. Yep. I don't know why I'm painting it yellow. Because the image I'm looking at has like a yellow looking thing that's next to it, so yep. Also, I'm wondering, this would be like the most random thing to build up here, but we are the capital of random. What if I build something like this? If I can try and place it down, what's this gonna look like? Oh, it doesn't fit properly. Also, this is not even lined up properly either. How did I not realize that? It's a minor mistake. I mean, I'm fixing it in a second. This is not straight. Everything here is like slightly off. Can I do like a control? Yes. Yeah, that just saved my life right there. Hold down control and you can do like a half nudge. A lot of people don't know this. I explained it in yesterday's video, did I? Maybe not. I explained it in one of the videos at least. But there's essentially something called a half nudge. This is a full nudge. As you can see, in 4 nudges, we go from one side to the other. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is a half nudge by holding down control. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's really cool. In case you are trying to nudge something and it's not going to the exact point you want, you can just half nudge and, yeah, cool. Irrelevant facts with me. You never know, that could have helped someone out. Wrong way. I can't spin that around. I can spin you around. Which means I should then be able to spin you around. Yes. Although you're actually fine the way you were. There we go. Using Alt and Control keys whilst nudging makes the nudge... Yeah. It is really good. The final thing that I'm going to do with your face is this. Oh, please tell me this can just go into there. Don't you dare do this to me. Don't you do it! No! Okay, there we go. Again, is this realistic? I don't know. I don't know. Although it doesn't look bad, so I'm okay with it. There we go. In fact, I actually really like that yellow. I don't necessarily want to add much more of it though, but I feel like this small part here needs to be yellow. There we go. It looks like a butt of a rifle now, but it's the way it's gonna be. Very quickly, I don't like the way that looks, so let's just put a wall on it. If you like it, then you should have put a wall on it. Uh-oh. That was a song. I wasn't crying for help. That was, I promise that was a song. So let's stick with this for now. I think I'm okay with the way that looks. I don't massively hate it, so in my opinion, it's okay. No, wait. There we go. You want your comments? No. It's supposed to be where the motor for the whole thing is located. Yeah, probably. I don't know. I'm not a crane operator. I'm just doing what I think might look decent. Okay, so that will then be positioned up there. I feel like somebody's watching me. No, sorry. Wait, are you guys? So you go into there. You go into. Okay, so you're not even straight. Cool. I can change that later. That's fine. We then need to add something above the actual crane itself. Again, have to do something like this. Then that. I don't know why I'm building it here, but yeah, essentially this. Okay. It's not bad. Let's come back over to here. Let's very quickly select. I think it's you. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yep. which is going to be this piece right here. I feel like that would make sense. Let's try that. Okay. So that will then go somewhere up there. And then we just have to connect them essentially. Now on this image, they show some red and white beams. In fact, red and white seems to be a very common theme here. Red and white beams, red and white crane itself, red and, well, reds, blue. Blue passport. It's a meme, I'm sorry. White and reds. Red and yellow. Okay, they're pushing the boat out there a little bit. Pun intended. I know. That was probably the worst pun you've heard in your life, but I said it anyway. I thought about it. I thought about not saying it. Then I said it. No regrets. Sorry, that really capsized the moment. Okay, so that's gonna go... Is that a bit too far out? No, that's fine. Always say the exact same thing. So do I want to have, like, red and white there? I feel like black and yellow would probably fit the theme that we're going for a bit more. So, and I've painted this neither black or yellow, so that's just excellent stuff as always. Quality content. So you're going to go above there. Then I suppose what we have to try and do now is just place a beam in the middle. Maybe even position it like that. And paint it black. Steel. I'm a bit discombobulated with my ideas here. But I think what I want to try and do... Bring you up to there. Go 1, 2. 1, 2. I think maybe 3 meters might be a little bit better, but... That's... Oh, wow, that's annoying. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I think... I mean, I've seen one image that looks like this, except the colors are of course different, but... Oh well. Go with it? I mean, it might take a while to do, but I feel like it could be worth it here. How's everyone's day? How's everyone's weekend? Did anyone do anything fun? My weekend was... Well, it was good up until last night, when I then discovered that I've essentially lost my entire channel worth of, like, work. Again, that video is coming out tomorrow. Well, actually, it's not even that long a story. It's a very short story. It's a very short video as well, so don't worry. Just cut straight to the chase. Do I want to try and do like a white beam up there, then a white beam below as well? Oh, welcome, Delroy. Hope that you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. I don't mind that. Don't hate it. I don't know what accent that was. Yeah, okay, we'll do something like that then. Yep. Okay. And I think I only want to try and do it for this side, because this is where the actual crane's going to go out from. I think we'll stick to that for now. Then do a little bit of that. Bit of that there as well. And for you lot, we'll just keep you similar. Reply to someone saying pun not intended, and it was any pun you meant is punishment enough. Worst pun I have heard is a reply to someone saying pun not intended, and it was a any pun you meant is punishment enough. Ah. Okay, my brain just stopped functioning there for about 4 seconds. I do like a good pun though. I do like a good pun. There we go. Not too bad. Went to the fairground with your daughter on Saturday, and then took your daughter to the arcade. Oh, very nice. I do like a good classic arcade. I really do. Haven't gone to one in years though. Maybe I should. Maybe this is a sign. Go to an arcade. But yeah, they are class. My favorite ones are the air. What's it called? Air hockey? Is that what it is? And the reason why that's my favorite is because that was the only ever arcade game I was better than my dad at. Even to this day. Even though, again, it's been a while since we've last gone. But the only thing I could ever win. I don't know why, I just found it fun. Okay, that's facing the right way, isn't it? Yep. I don't mind. Oh. I feel like we need more of these. Where would they look the nicest? Try one here. And try one more over on this side here as well. Now I feel like the middle part's missing something. What about a few of these? No. There we go. I feel like that could look fine if I did this. Nope. Yeah, that's now our next problem. Trying to make this not look too bland and too boring. Actually, I think I know what we could add. The actual thing to try and pick up the storage containers with. Do we actually have a storage container in here? Wait, where's my blueprint for this? Shipping container, not storage container. Let's try and just nudge you into the middle. Again, infinite nudge, vertical nudge, fantastic additions into updates 1 point back. I've made it too wide. Actually, that's fine. That's annoying. See, now it's too far left. Now it's too far... Actually, yeah, that is too far right. I don't think it's massively off, though. This is the center here. I think that's fine. Wrong button. So what I want to try and do now, I think, is connect you to there. Is that okay? I think it looks fine. And do something like that, maybe? Yeah. And same thing on the other side. Yeah, see, this is slightly off. 90 degrees in the wrong direction. That do it? That. No, it's still off. Pressing control does not help either. That's slightly better. No, so it has to be there, and then it has to be there. That's annoying. I don't know what else to do that. It's fine. I suppose it has to be fine. There's not really too much I can do. Can't be nudged. Understandable. I can try and bend it off though a little bit. Like that. If I actually built it in the right spot, that would have probably helped actually. Like, see how it just about misses that? That's so annoying. I think that would actually look really nice. Maybe not the way I've built it, but the actual idea of it will end up looking decent. Welcome, Glitch. Hope that you're doing good. Welcome. Okay, here's another idea. Try and grab that. You're then going to go up to here. Attach on like that. Okay. That looks fine. What was that jump that I just did out of that thing, by the way? That looked really weird. Work in your mega factory. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's always good fun to work in them. Sometimes very stressful, but other times really good fun. Like, you need to like, come out here a little bit. Like that. And now you lot just come straight down. Is this going to line up? Oh, it actually is. Then the plan is to paint all of these orange. Again, the image that I'm looking at, or that I was looking at, has it all painted in orange, and it looks quite nice. Yeah, you can stay out of that, why not? Right, let's then get rid of you. Shipping containers are lengthwise the same way the ship is, so it's still 90 degrees off from... well, it's not this that's off, it's the way I've designed this part that's slightly off. I don't want to completely redo it, because then I'll be here until tomorrow. Isn't part of today's plan. Maybe tomorrow? I'll do a 24-hour long stream. No, I'm not. Where is it? There it is. Wait, what? Identical buildables or... oh, you're doing this to me. At this hour. Yeah, that can stay like that. Now, I don't necessarily know why I like that. But I think I do. So let's keep it like that. And again, like, this is what I mean. It's very slightly off. You can barely even see it now, though. So, I'm kind of okay with it. In fact, if I leave it black, it should make it a bit nicer. Yeah, we'll do that. Right. Okay. Has that actually fixed our problem that we had with this? The quote marks are there because everyone seems to have a different yeah. I think it's just like a big factory, if I'm honest. let's do the top. And then let's see what we're left with. Now, part of me is saying, do I want this to be a little bit lower? But then if I was to do that, then this part would look a bit weird. Because it would be like too high, too high, too high, too high, one high. Some people whine about, yeah, I know. It's annoying. Let's do this. 24 meters. Now, are you lined up? You are. Congratulations. Wow. This is a moment in history. Are you a bit too... No, you're not a bit too high. Although I do want to try and add something a little bit above you. So we'll do that. Then get rid of you again. Don't worry, this makes sense. Well, it makes sense to me, so it probably makes sense to no one else. It probably doesn't even make sense to me, if I'm honest. Nothing makes sense to me. I'm going to regret this. This is going to look dreadful. Hey, we've got some time to kill. Welcome back, Vinod. You're about to see me ruin a project. So you can remain like that. You then have to connect it over there, that's fine. Then you're then going to connect... Hello? Thank you. Okay, which one's straight? No idea. I suppose the one that says 40, right? Why are you snapping to that? My god. Okay, is that straight? That seems decent. Come on. Stop. Okay. Okay. And in theory, there should be one more that goes all the way back down through to there. But then that's going to mess with our weights. Would this be a sin if I was to do something like this? Well, that's a bit too far anyway. That's a problem I wasn't expecting to face. It's too big. Yeah, like that. Okay, this is fine. Trust the process. Trust the process. Do I trust it? No, I don't. No, get rid of that. No one saw anything. Right. It needs to connect to the back of that thing, though. It really does need to connect there. How about we try this? Why not? I've got a good feeling about this one. Oh. I mean, yeah, that's kind of exactly what I wanted to try and do. Except I do want to paint these beams a slightly different color. I want to go with yellow. Maybe not. Maybe black. Surpassing other factories greatly. The thing is though, like, surely then a mega factory is just anything bigger than a starter factory. Because in your starter factory, you might be producing 100 screws random thing, 100 screws per minute. But then in your screw factory, you're then producing 4,000 screws per minute. Isn't that then considered a mega factory, even though it isn't necessarily gigantic? Yeah, in my eyes, I just consider a mega factory a big factory. Ah, there we go. Okay, let's save this for now. Crane 002, yep. I know it might look like we've just spent the last, like, 40 minutes or whatever building a crane, but I promise we... Actually, how long have I been live for? 80 minutes, are you joking? You know what, this is starting to look good. It's taken us an hour and 21 minutes, but we've started to make half of a crane, everybody. Let's get those round of applauses in the chat. We've made half a crane in 80 minutes. 81 minutes. It looks alright, though. Like, I'm happy with it. Now, the only thing we've got to do, and in theory, massive quotation marks there, this should be the easiest part. All I've got to do now is just extend this part of the crane out that direction. And there you go, Bob's your uncle. And then, of course, connect... Why are you wobbling? Just the light. Okay, that's fine. And then just connect that over there, then connect that to the end of there. Okay, good. Let's do it. I'm happy with this design. All I've got to try and do now is kind of like remove everything except for this. I could completely remove everything there, then start fresh, but I'd rather not because I've already got what I want here. Is it going to be long enough? I mean, I don't think so. I have to extend it back here a little bit, change that, but yeah, let's just do this. Get rid of you lot to begin. Whoa, that's our first bit of lag in days. Oh dear. Oh Christ. There we go. The first time you've seen someone use the diagonal mode for the... I mean, we are making waves here. We are making waves. We are pioneers of the Satisfactory world. Well, not me at least, but oh well. In fact, yes we are. We are like the Christopher Columbus. We are literally bridging two worlds together. When we ignore the bad stuff, right? Yeah. The Valhallan Columbus. There you go. Changing my channel name tomorrow. Don't worry, I'm not. My name's already bad enough as it is. I think actually I saw a comment, this is a while ago now, when I was doing like the best recipe series videos, and someone left a comment being like, it is crazy how I'm getting news from a guy called the Valhallan Pickle. Like, yeah. It is. And here we are. And here we are. So that's fine. You lot then have to go... Bridge the gap between you lot, that's fine. I don't mind that being there. Get rid of you. Get rid of me. So it has to be 5.657. Still such a random number. Oh well. And one more back over here. Would have been perfect if it just went in. In fact, if I move you back by one, then that would actually be perfect, I think. What, there? That changed nothing. Yeah. Yep. Welcome, Dirk. Hope that you're doing well. Missed 85 minutes of me trying to build a crane, but don't worry, because now you're here to see me build another crane. Epic content. Yep. We really have peaked on this channel, haven't we? The thing is, though, like, I find it fun. If I wasn't enjoying this, I wouldn't be doing it, right? Obviously. I really find things like this enjoyable. Yeah, that can stay. Okay, I'm liking this. We'll call this Crane 3. I still feel like this is going to be a little bit too small, but that's not a massive problem, I don't think. Oh no, I can't build it on the same level as that. What on earth am I going to do? Oh, wait a minute. Vertical nudge. Vertical nudge. Why aren't you on the same level? No. Feck's sakes. There we go. Yep. Go, go, go. Actually, it does seem pretty long. Oh wait, I didn't design the actual snappy bit. Because I should have like a very small bit there towards the end, shouldn't I? The size looks fine. I'm actually very happy there with the size. Yep. I think it looks fine, this build. I wouldn't say it's the best thing I've ever built. However, my very first time doing anything like this, I don't think it's too bad. The only problem again now is going to be actually trying to connect it. Oh. Okay, no, it's not supposed to go all the way down to the very end. It's supposed to go a little bit further in here. We'll say, well, preferably somewhere in between here. I don't really want that though. But looking at these images, we'll go here. There we go. 0 out of 10. Wow. Yeah, Ada has got some new voice lines recently. Not sure if you guys have heard. See, now you're gonna be annoying to me. You were fine 2 minutes ago. Oh. Gee, that's good. Now it's choosing to snap to one or the other. Okay, we can... No, I don't consent to that. Wait. Perfect. Modern day problems require modern day solutions. Oh, bloody... Oh. If you were to go there, though, you would be a straight line. Sure. In fact, you know what? I've actually got another idea. You Don't be too concerned. It's not a bad idea. Well, it's probably a bad idea. I don't like that. Yeah, I definitely do prefer this. Okay. Now coming back to this problem. Okay. Have they allowed water extracted nudging yet? I don't think so, although I could just test it out for you. Rather than guessing. I'll be surprised if they have. New. Okay, so you can't place it in there. On a foundation? New. Okay, no. Okay, you know what? That's good enough for the crane, I think. In theory, this end bit does potentially need a bit of something else on top of here. If I was to paint it yellow, that looks fine. It still needs something. And the end bit is where exactly? Here. Yeah, here it is. Well, I can't really do much with that, can I? Right. It's fine. I mean, it does what I want it to do. I look at some parts of it and I think, wow. I look at other parts and I think, yeah. That's what it is, I think. It's okay. Right, now let's actually try and design our ship. This is going to take about 1 billion years to do. If it's taken me this long to design... Oh, actually, to be fair. Right. That's not a bad view. I don't mind that. Having some trucks going from point A to point B as well. It'll be alright. It'll be fine. Thank you very much, by the way, to Remon for following over on Twitch. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much for that. How do I build a ship? How do I build a ship? Send immediate help to my location. I don't know what I'm doing. I wonder if you can destroy these yet. I'm sure you can, right? If I was to use a Nobelisk, would I be able to destroy that? I haven't got a Nobelisk, but if I had one. You into there. Okay, great. So... Where's the front of the ship gonna be? I suppose facing in that direction could look quite nice. Ships. We're going to do a cargo ship, obviously, for now. I've got to Google search what a cargo ship looks like, roughly. Well, I know what it looks like, but like I don't know how to replicate it. Bloody hell. Is that real? That can't be real. That cannot be real. Nah. Okay, so there's bulk carriers. This will be like the easiest one to design, which I don't want to do. There's oil tankers. Container ships is what I do want to do, I think. Chemical tanker looks cool. This would be such a nightmare. Let me try and zoom this image in for you lot, guys. Nice. For you guys. This would be a bit of a nightmare. VLCC. Fuck's that? Velociraptors, lions, crocodiles, and cockroaches. It's probably something to do with crude Oil. Gas. No, it can't be gas. This one's gas. The A large tanker ship designed to transport crude oil. Oh, I was actually right. Okay, damn. A roar. Roar. There's general cargo and then there's livestock. Okay. I think just going with the classic cargo. Probably fine. Costco? Since when does Costco do shipping? Fair enough. I mean, these... Oh, like... How am I going to replicate that? I know it's probably possible, but... Okay, that's not too bad. The butt of it at least doesn't look too bad. The rear, the... What's it called? There's the port, and then there's the... Stern? Isn't that left and right? Oh, bloody hell. It's been a while since I last watched Titanic. No, starboard. Starboard? Because when the ship is going down, you then have to stop the engines, then the guy uses the wheel thing, he spins it around like that, and then the main chap in the captain's area says hard to starboard, right? Oh, is there a difference between Costco and Costco? Ah. I thought that was the same company. You can tell I don't shop at Costco. I think we have got some here in the UK, I've never been to one. I've heard their chicken's good. Okay, here we go. This is the ship I'm going to try and replicate. I think it looks really cute. That's how you choose which ships to do, right? Just based off cuteness. Must be, right? Right. Okay, so... How do I do the front? I give up. I retire. I've built a port, but I can't build ships. Although... You haven't seen it just yet, but sometime later this week, I've got a video coming out where I try and build a bridge as part of another project. And it looks so bad, and it took me 40 minutes to do, and I got rid of it. I destroyed it. So that was a nice waste of, like, 40 minutes. Okay, so I want this to be the very front of the ship. Yep. We're then going to go up by halves. Okay. Next plan now is to do something like this, I think I want. I'm trying to use up my Minecraft knowledge here of building boats, because I've built a couple boats in Minecraft, again, many years ago now. That would have to go there. You should build it in yeah. That's the plan. In fact, it might even be 6 blueprints. So one for like the very bottom, the bit below the shipping container for the front, below the shipping container for the middle, then below the shipping containers for the end, and then the same thing replicated on top for the above part of the shipping container. So like part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4, 5, 6. That's the plan, at least. Let's move that over there. There we go. Why ships are in 2 colors? Just for looks, maybe? I don't know. Is there like a reason for that? Oh, you've actually said it. Oh, right. It's used to come in only a few colors. The upper hull doesn't need that kind of paint. They paint the upper hull with less. Yeah, that's fair enough. Makes sense. I want to try and go a bit further back here. Nope. Nope. There we go. I mean, this most certainly ends up looking a little bit weird, but I think that will be okay. Let's try and replicate this now on the other side. Nope. There we go. Okay. And do one more. Also, how wide do I want the ship to actually be? We should be down by one, I think, actually. Right? Yeah. I mean, you probably can't even see this part anyway. When you're actually viewing the ship, because all of this is going to be like the underwater part. I'm going to paint it all red in just a moment. So what's the mistake that I've made now? That's fine. Actually, that's not a mistake. Then you'll all then come up to here. Granted, from this view there will be a few gaps, but I can just fix that rather simply. It's just not wide enough now, though. Try and get it a bit wider. Do something like that. The vertical little zoop down to there. How's that happened? Oh yeah, no, that's fine. Right. Now, probably starting from there, we'll then go up again. Out wide. How would this look? I think we started on this floor, didn't we? We did that, then we did that. We then come round to that. Same with you. There we go. There's a lot of concrete involved with this. I think it'll be worth it. What, I then did something like that? Or is it 4? 1, 2, okay, it is 4, yeah. And turned it into a block, essentially. Right. So that side's fine. This side needs a little more concrete. It's to tell them when to stop loading, because if the line goes under the water, the ship will sink. I can almost see their reasoning behind it. Almost. Not quite. So I think I'm going to go with this. I paint it all red now. In fact, how about copper? Another option that we can do, which I have been leaning towards, is... where is it? This. This will be red. It will be very, very red. Very red. The reddest thing you've ever seen. will then go down like that. If I was to do this, you're just going to appear through there. No, you're not going to dead snap. I'm in disbelief. You're supposed to hollow these things, so I'll do it a bit later. As long as I get the actual shape built in like this, then I can hollow it out. As of right now, I'm fine with this. I just want to try and get the actual shape of it. You go down to there. There's not really too much I can do about that, which is kind of annoying. Not any of this either. What can I do with you? Increase the brightness of the reds in the customizer. I think it already is as bright as it can be. Yeah. It's on shiny and everything. That's as bright as it can be. Welcome, Tio. Hope that you're doing good. I might have to do a sign there. Yep. This one isn't too bad. I can sort of like snap these together. Now let's focus on this side. That. Because pretty much all of this is it's going to be underwater anyway. I'm wondering if it's even that important. Let me just test it out. There we go. Ship, front, bottom. The front of the ship, the bottom half of it. You have to type them? Really? Looks fine though. I don't see the difference. Unless I have to type FF0000. Let me just try and plop this in. So this is actually going to go somewhere here. Find the slider. Oh, what, here? Like that? Is that what you mean? Again, I can't imagine that made a massive difference. Right, so how far down do you go? Relatively far. Got the hashtag bottom value switch to 100. It already is. It's on 100. It's black. This one won't make a difference. That's just a secondary color. I mean, it's bright. Let me just try and compare these two reds. So that's the one that I've currently got. This one... There's no difference. I've changed the bottom value to 100 and there's no difference. Go over black and white on... Wait, what? Why does that reset itself? That's weird. So you want me to change this to concrete? Wait. That's the new red? Oh, Jesus. How is that so... I mean, that could work. Let's see. It might even be too red. Oh, I think it's about the same, actually. Nice. Thank you for that. Change all of that then as well. Anything else? That all looks fine. Double check. Okay, nice. Yeah, let's try it. If it works out, it works out. Because again, it still feels like it's a bit too small. Although I don't know how big I want the ship to actually be. I've got a decent idea in mind, but I just don't know how big I want it. I want this part to go up to around about here, a little bit further back though, preferably, because where's the crane? The crane's there, okay, that's fine. Can definitely go a little bit further back. Move the walls, and yeah, I could do. There we go, it's lined up with that foundation underneath there. Should we line you up? I think you already are lined up. Yep, now you are. Built way too high up though. I've got to try and lower it down actually. Lower it down by like one foundation, I'd say. And I think that would be a pretty good start. Let's not remove that. There we go. That was the wrong one. What did I just get rid of there? I know I got rid of. It doesn't actually matter, but it's still good to have it here, though. In fact, it might matter. It was this, wasn't it? Actually, no, it wasn't that. There we go. One, 2, 3, 4. Would it work if you put curved pipes on the edges to suggest a bit of flow to the construction? On the edge of the boat or on the edge of here? Of course I haven't finished the actual boat itself. I've barely even started as of right now. That looks fine. I don't know how many of these I can remove, but I'm sure it's probably a fair amount. I think that one has to try and stay there. This must be able to go. Yep, all of these can go here as well. That's fine. Port looks stellar. I've just started. I've literally just started building this. Okay, we'll add that into there. That's fine. Add these up there. So that's going to be the very front. That is a very bright red. We'll keep the walls on for now. If I want to get rid of the walls off camera, I'll probably end up doing that. If I was to do that, you've now got that. I don't want this part up here to be red. Yeah, we'll definitely keep this for now then. The next thing to do is probably try and build some sort of like black line that now goes along here. So what I want to try and do, and this should be rather yeah, it should be simple. So I think I want to try and get rid of this actually here as well. Yeah, I'm fine with that. The next plan is to try and select this and just go around here. There we go. Wait, did I not just build 2 of these? I think so, but the other one appears to have disappeared. There we go. Nice. Do I want to paint this in asphalt? I think I kind of do. Yep. I think I do want this entire floor to be asphalt. How much of you can I get rid of without destroying everything? Let's see. Okay, so that entire floor is fine. You lot can all go. Then you two. Then you. Some of you lot there as well. Okay. I think all of this can just come down by 1. Yep. Including all of this. There we go. That has to stay there, and so does that, so we might as well just add this back over here. There we go. And yeah, again, this is all going to be asphalt up here. I know it's not what they have on the ships, I just like the way it looks. And that's what's the most important thing about them. About the way it looks, and if I like it. And this I don't mind. Yeah, I don't hate it. So you're going to remain like that. So then come down over here for a minute, go into our high barriers. Which in my mind, I still consider these things new, even though they're not as new as they were. They were added in 1.0. I think they're still fairly new. There we go. What next? I was going to try and add a ramp, but the problem with adding a ramp now is that it's too small. Well, the ramp's too big, the area that I want to try and add it to is too small. Same with the foundation here as well, the stairs. So let's try and do my version of a staircase. Oh, nice, Vinod. Nice. Locked? No. Okay. There we go. You can't see it from the outside, which is good, obviously. And from in here, it looks a little bit like a step. so that's good. You've got to get lowered actually by 1, don't you? So in that case, actually, what I might do is this. There we go. Customizer. Change you there, then change you there as well. Can I try and put a wall there? I think we can. Actually, no, we can't, because that's gonna... can't do that. Oh well. That's fine. Lovely. Do that up there as well. Okay. Yeah, not bad. Just trying to take my time with this. I don't really want to rush it. I don't particularly see the fun in rushing it. There we go. 2 hours? We've been live for 2 hours? Damn. I could add some like pipes in here, but I don't really see the points. But there we go, we've got like a little cargo area down here as well. I don't know what I'm going to store in here. In fact, you know what I can do? Use another 1.1 feature. Oh. Why is that setting happened? Okay. This is fine. 6 meters is good. You can get lowered down by 1, apparently. Yep. In fact, can I go 1 further? I mean, I can, but then I really don't like the way that's being painted. Although, you know what? Actually, I think what I might do here is this. You're gonna... That would have looked nice, I think. But oh well. Something else we could try and do is that. Like that. Yeah, it looks alright. And this pattern will just essentially just be replicated throughout the build itself. Don't know why I'm building a ship. Again, just fun, isn't it? Nothing's appearing through up there. That's great. Is there anything else I want to add for this part? In theory, I could probably end up building most of this in just a couple blueprints here. I'm trying to get some like inspiration. I suppose sometimes it goes up here towards the front. Like that. Let's see if that's a good idea. Again, it could work. Doesn't matter if it doesn't really. Then we'll go back by 1. You can go, you can go, you can go, and you can go. Oh, no, you have to stay. And you then go up by 2, but I think what I might even try and do is actually bring you up by 1. Then you up by 1. You're like, oh, this is like a Minecraft ship. Well, it's not trying to be like a Minecraft ship, it's just what I want to do. So then that's going to go up there. Right. I think one thing that this definitely does need is a bit more detail. Especially this. This could help. Adds a little bit more detail. It's nothing crazy. I don't hate it though. No, that's fine. Yep. Okay, so that's keep that. And I want to get rid of that just for a quick second. Try and then select you. Bring you up to there. Bring you up to there then as well. Nice. Almost. Nice. One more of you lot over there then as well, then one more over there. And do a bit of railings, I suppose. Get rid of that. We can probably try and add some stairs here now. That should look fine. There we go. Where is it? That one. How would this look here? Make the ship a little bit wider, but I feel like that's okay. Yeah, we'll stick to this. I wish we had like half ramps. That would be quite nice. And that would make life a bit simpler. And if my mouse wasn't broken, that would also make life a bit simpler. But that's just never going to happen though. That's okay. Come on, there we go. Yeah, it's a bit better. Worked for a hyper-realistic look for the ports, things when it comes to the ship. That's fine, Ian. I mean, you've been complaining all stream. You don't have to watch, man. I'm just trying to have a little bit of fun. I'm not here for you. They want to try and do a bit of that. I feel like that's okay. I don't know if I want to go much further down there. That looks fine. Obviously paint it in red though. Now can I try and do something like this? Up and around here now as well. Oh no. It would be nice, but I don't know. I've never done this before. It looks like it does need a little bit of it somewhere, but I can't do half ramps. Oh, it's bugged. Okay, that's fair enough. That was a new one. Where's the thing I'm looking for here? It's like a... It's not an architecture. Foundations, maybe? Shows you how rarely I use this, but there we go. Would this look any nicer here? I don't know. Not bad, because again, bear in mind, everything underneath here is going to be underwater anyway. I feel like that's completely fine. We'll paint this all in red. I think I've missed a couple things. Yeah, around this side. There we go. It shouldn't look any different from the inside either, by the way. Hopefully. Yeah, fantastic. Okay, everything's still the exact same there. I could actually paint the inside of these walls here a little bit. I'm not going to do that as of right... Oh. That's annoying. Although maybe it's not necessarily annoying. If I try and... Oh, actually, how am I going to fix this? I could paint it the same colour, but do I really want it to be the same colour? Why not? Let's give it a shot. Then I think have these being half foundations as well. Do I like that? No. Let's see what it's going to end up looking like. As worst case scenario, I think I can just paint it. Yeah, just paint it. Clearly does look a little bit different though. I could just do it like, oh, my mic even. It's wrapped around my knee. Of course it is. Hopefully my mic's still okay. Yep. Okay, yeah, it looks fine. If it's not, just let me know. So with you, what we have to do here then is... change that to 0. That made it worse. Okay. So that has to be 1. Okay. So 0... 100? How do I do the other one? Where is it? Customizer. 100, 100, 0. Hmm. I don't know. Yeah, but it's just constant, like, unnecessary complaints, though. I don't get what you're doing it for. I don't know if it's like some sort of like attention thing, that's all. Like, I'm reading the chat anyway, you can say positive things. When I was, I think, 3 years old, my parents told me if you've got nothing nice to say, zip it. I quite like that, but now again we've got the other problem of this now going through there. How are you still there? Oh, it was that one. Okay. Right. That looks fun. And now I do the exact same thing, but with you. Do some ratings along here. Come on, snap. I think this will actually end up looking decent. My very first attempt ever. I'm quite happy with it. That down there as well. Oh yeah, the wall is missing. That's fine. And add. This one should be okay. I know this is a concrete wall. I've been using the regular wall for everything else, but again, that shouldn't make a difference. It's still painted like that. How? The only reason I'm using asphalt is so that it wouldn't be like that. Okay, now they're painted differently. Oh, you're joking me. How about now? That's a bit annoying. Oh well. Then you've got to go. I can't get rid of you because now you're... Okay. I suppose for this one we'll just keep it like that then. That's the easiest thing to do. What I've got to try and do now is replicate that on that side. Remove these blocks as well. Where is it? What have I done there? Oh, there's tons of different settings here. Damn. This is the one I was looking for. Paints you to black. There we go. I think it looks alright. I could paint the bottom bit here a slightly different color. But what else would it be? Orange. How would orange look? I'll work on it off camera a little bit. Probably not. I've got tons to do, so I probably won't work on it off camera. And the front here is a little bit too blocky. Let's see, if I was to bring it down to around about there, actually one further, do this. Okay, and the very final thing, a mirror mode would be very nice, because I was playing, what was it? Space Engineers 2, the devs actually reached out and gave me a code which was very, very kind. And they've got a mirror mode in Space Engineers 2. I'm not sure if they had one in Space Engineers 1. But I used it, it was really good. And when I came back to Satisfactory, I was kind of missing it, if anything. That's not going to work. What can we add? In theory, we can actually do this, can't we? Bring that back there a little bit. Bring it down. There we go. Paint you red. Paint you not like that. There we go. And change you to asphalt, most likely. Actually, what are you? You know, you're concrete. So you should actually be fine, but that's a different version than that. That looks like coated. Is that not coated concrete? Okay. Yeah, we'll try and work a little bit more on that. Doesn't look terrible. I wish there was some sort of like triangle rather than a semicircle, but again, it is what it is. If I was to paint this a different color, what would I paint it? Light blue. Definitely not that one. Why is it painting it automatically? Yeah, I'll focus on that off camera. Let's just save that for now. It won't be perfect. I'm not expecting it to be perfect. It's a very good first step, though. Like that. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Even if it was like yellow, for example. That would then match with our world a little bit. I quite like that. Of course, this is just not working. Yeah, for now. Yep. Maybe even make it a little bit low. I don't know. We'll see. Regardless, though, I'll mess around with that a bit later. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. I greatly appreciate everyone for watching today. It's very, very kind that everyone tuned in. Thank you for the 11 likes on the stream. Over 200 people tuned in. Damn, that's very kind of y'all. So thank you very much for that. It says that we got a new member on the stream. I don't think we did. I don't know why it's saying we got a new member. If we did, thank you. Maybe someone renewed their membership, which if so, then thank you very much for that. I did not get a notification, so I don't know who it is. But thank you, if that is the case. Maybe that's just YouTube bugging out, I don't know. Tomorrow I've got a video coming out. It's not my usual kind of video. It's somewhat Satisfactory related. Essentially, I've lost quite a lot of progress on a project I was doing. About 400 hours of work gone. Again, I explain a bit more in that video. Day after that is Wednesday. I'm not home Wednesday. Well, I am, just not the time that I normally stream. Maybe I can do a stream. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, regardless, thank you for watching. There might be an upload on Wednesday. There might be a stream, or there might be nothing. I don't know yet. But yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. Have an amazing rest of your day. And remember, Godspeed.